Welcome to Urban Harvest STL. This is an urban rooftop garden that is situated right on the edge of downtown St. Louis. We're going to meet its founder today and find out how this nonprofit was created.
So Urban Harvest STL started in about 2011, and our first project was a community garden. We just wanted to start growing food in the neighborhood. And since then we've scaled up, and now we have an urban farm. We still have a space for people living in the neighborhood to grow their own food for themselves and their families, but the rest of the farm is essentially managed by our farm manager and interns and volunteers, and the majority of the food actually goes to our partners in the community that help us get the healthy food into the hands of people that don't necessarily have access to it. I'm actually a recovering architect. Rather than designing buildings per se, now I'm designing community spaces on top of buildings. So I'm really cross-pollinating agriculture and architecture.
So you're an architect. What was your vision for this?
The design of the food roof really revolved around our interest in making this a community experience. So front and center, where the best view is of downtown and City Museum, that's where we created this community hub space where we can host different events. And we really wanted a farm to be surrounding that area so people really got a unique experience.
How did you decide what you wanted to grow? I see a lot of peppers and eggplant.
There are a lot of peppers and eggplant. We're actually growing over 100 varieties of plants up here.
Wow.
So primarily vegetables, a lot of herbs, some flowers as well.
What's the volume that you can produce up here?
We expect it to be way over 3,000 pounds at the end of the year. And each year as we get better and better at this, we expect that number to grow.
That's amazing. All of your herbs, they're beautiful. Everything is just so healthy looking.
So farming on a rooftop is actually quite a bit different than traditional farming on the ground. We only have 8 inches of soil up here. So we're learning how to grow in less soil. We're learning how to grow with less water. We're trying to be as efficient as we can. So there's some disadvantages, but the advantage is we can grow food anywhere if we're growing on a rooftop. So this is the green roof system that we're standing on top of. Essentially, this is the roof membrane, just like any building would have. This is a capillary fleece, and on top of that is what you call a retention board. So these 4x4 cups are laid out across the entire roof, and they capture rainwater. So anytime it rains, we capture about 2.5 inches of rain, and that equates to about 17,000 gallons of water across the rooftop.
It's just an amazing system. I mean, when you walk up, it just looks like a bunch of happy plants sitting on a roof, but it's a really complicated...
It's more than just throwing soil on a roof and going from there. There's a lot of thought and intention behind it.
What is this?
This is a vertical garden. It's a new vertical growing system that leverages these garden socks that are full of lightweight soil.
Why did you choose to grow specifically the greens on the wall?
Primarily because of the space limitation.
Oh, okay.
We don't have enough depth to grow root vegetables, obviously, and with greens, we figured we could, cut and come again and just get a constant harvest out of them. This is a greenhouse. This is where we propagate our crops before we put them out in the fields. And then on the other side, we grow microgreens that we then sell to some nearby restaurants as an additional revenue stream for our organization. There's nothing better than watching a chef come up here and see their eyes light up. The idea of literally picking fresh herbs to garnish their plates that they're then serving directly to people, I mean, it doesn't get any more local or more fresh than that.
You taste a little bit like a sunflower seed, but with kind of that green, almost chlorophyll flavor to it. I love those things.
I love putting them on pizza with hot sauce. There's nothing better than hot sauce and microgreens on pizza. I'm just saying.
You're coming from an architecture field and you're kind of melding that passion with wanting to create something that really is going to benefit the community. What is the feeling that you get by doing this work?
It is immensely gratifying. I think the best part is just all the wonderful people that are engaged in this project, and the impact that we're having by getting the food to people that need access to healthy food, and then building a community of educated people that are engaged in the local food system. We're doing so much more than just growing food up here. It's an education platform, so we host a lot of events and opportunities for people to get engaged. It's the first rooftop farm in downtown St. Louis, and we just want to continue to grow urban farms and serve the community in that way.